Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. So I'm shooting from Jared's house today. So as many of you know, I am a CRPA, a CARC, I am a trainer of Narcan, and I am also a rape crisis counselor. If you look at my description box down below, you will see my wish list for Amazon for my go bags since October. Right now I'm doing a monthly donation drive, which I try and do every October, to purchase socks for people in need in my area. And my goal is to get enough socks that it lasts for the whole year. So today I'm going to talk to you about the first 48 hours home. So the first 48 hours home from prison, there's a multitude of things that you have to do. I guess every county is different, but for me and where I live, what needs to be done, you get released from prison, right? And then you get a set of guidelines, like a paper. It's usually like a 8 by 10 or whatever. And actually, no, I think it's like 11 by 14 because it's super long because I remember having to fold them. So it gives you all your stipulations of what you can and cannot do. And literally 48 hours, within the first 48 hours of your release from incarceration, you have to go and meet with your parole officer. So for us, we have to go into a different county because our parole is run out of a different county. So we have to go into Broome County and we have to report. I was fortunate. So I came home, I believe, on a Monday, and I spoke with her and she was like, I'll just see you in Delhi on Wednesday. So within the first 48 hours, you have to go and you have to report to her or said parole officer, because I don't know, maybe you guys don't have a her. So for me, I had to report via phone, but they didn't approve my parole address. I was not allowed to come back here to Jared's house. Sorry, really loud car just went by. So I was not allowed to report back here. I had to go to the shelter. So I had to go right to the sheriff's office and they called the on-call worker, and then they came and they did like a intake, and I tried very hard to say I was not homeless. And as soon as they got on the phone with her, she was like, nope, she can't go there. She needs to go to the shelter. So I had to go to the shelter. The next morning at like 7 a.m., my parole officer was out the shelter door, came right on in, all suited up, gun, bulletproof vest, nightstick type thingy, whatever, piss tested me. Basically was like, no, Jared, zero. I will throw you back in a heartbeat. Jared is off limits. No, Jared, none, zip. And I was like, but ma'am. And she was like, no. And I'm like, but we're legally married. And she was like, no. So she told me a bunch of things that I had to do. I had to make an appointment with drug and alcohol. Which is where we report to. So drug and alcohol for us is our outpatient. I had to make an appointment with them. I had to make an appointment with mental health. I had to get evaluated for that. I had to go to DSS and make sure that my insurance, like my health insurance, was on. She mandated, this was the one thing that I've never had mandated before. And I actually, believe it or not, I respected her for it and I appreciated it. Especially now, I'm glad that that's one of the things she does. She mandates you that you have to go and you have to have a doctor's appointment. So you have to go and get a physical. And I actually think that's a beneficial thing, She also told me any medication that I get put on, I am to notify her within 24 hours. She also, let's see, what else did I have to do? So I had to do all those things, and she told me, start looking for work. Like immediately, start looking for work. My curfew was 7 p.m. at night to 9 a.m. in the morning. So from 7 p.m. at night to 9 a.m. in the morning, I could not leave the shelter. I was not allowed to. So, I didn't at all. I was too scared to even attempt to. Plus, I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go, nothing to do. She told me I was absolutely not allowed in Masonville, which is where Jared's living. And I had to tell her what prescriptions I got. I got allergy medication and I got birth control. And the first thing when I texted her to tell her that I had gotten birth control, the first thing she told me was that you're not allowed to see Jared. Why do you need birth control? And I was like, well, ma'am, because I'm a female and I need it to regulate my cycle, it was weird. It was just a really weird situation. So my camera keeps refocusing. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. So, yeah, I mean, and then the first 48 hours home, it's just a really weird experience. Like, I was gone for 2 years, so everything you just kind of feel like out of place. Coffee right away bothered my stomach. First off, I was like on like a coffee high. It was crazy. It bothers your stomach. You're not used to sleeping on a soft bed. You're not used to sleeping on a soft pillow. Like your body has to adjust. Showers are like everything because you can adjust the water and not have to worry about it shutting off. Showers are just like everything in life. Like the first couple of days that you come home, they're just amazing. I had to really like be mindful because I had been down this road before, because I've been incarcerated in the past. I was really mindful of like what I ate, what I didn't eat, because I don't want to spend my first 2-3 days home being sick. It's not a fun time, like literally on the toilet because you're just not used to like foods. So regular foods in prison are soy meat. Like they're like the crappiest of the crappiest. And the reason why they give soy meat is because number one, it's cheap, and number two, it's filling. So inmates stay fuller longer. It was just it was terrible. It's just terrible. So yeah, I mean, and just, what bothered me the most this time, and I couldn't believe it? Maybe because I was in shock for the last 6 months of my incarceration and you're not allowed no like fancy hygiene products, nothing. Everything is like scent free, whatever. I could smell everyone's like perfume and body stuff and like hairspray and hair, like shampoo and everything. Like scents really, really were super strong to me and really bothered me. Like that was weird. That one I had never experienced before. So I did not, like everything was just overpowering. And I was super tired. Like I was in shock. You go to bed like 9:30. You go to bed. That's it. Like lights out, and you're up at 5 a.m. Still to this day, I know a lot of you have commented on it. I'm a super early riser. Like I have to force myself to stay in bed till like 7:30. I don't know. I just can't do it. So, you get really regimented to waking up because you have to stand. Okay, so when you're incarcerated, there's periods throughout the day that you get counted. So 5 a.m. is live body count. So 5 a.m. in the morning, depends on what facility you're in, you either have to sit up or stand up, and they count you, and then you go right back to bed. Then again at like 11:30, everyone comes back to their units, locks in, and gets counted, and then it's chow time. Then again, after shift change, so shift change at like 3 o'clock, at like 6:30, you get counted again. Everyone locks in their room, and then you get counted again. It's after chow. Then at night, before, like when it's time to go to bed, I think in regular facilities it's like, well, every facility is different. Like I know where I was, it was 10 p.m. like in regular facility, not in shock. But like my best friend is still incarcerated, and he doesn't have to, like he'll call me at like 10:30, 10:45 at night. Yeah, so it's different in every facility. But then you get locked and you get counted again. So you're used to being put on a schedule, on a pattern, so you just want to go to sleep, and you're used to it, and it takes a lot to break out of those habits and reacclimate back into society. I mean, just trying to get all your appointments in. And for me, because I went to the shelter this time, I wasn't allowed to go home to family. It was difficult. I didn't have like pillowcases. I think that's why I go so hard with like my go bags to give to people who have just come home from incarceration. Like I didn't even have deodorant. I didn't even have tampons. And of course, within 48 hours of being home, I got my period. Thank God I had met up with this. I started working with someone the next day that I came home who was a recovery coach. It's one of the reasons why I, went down the career path that I did. And her name is Abigail. I'm still friends with her. She's actually pregnant. She just got engaged. I'm super, super proud of her. She actually hooked me up with like tampons, panty liners. She gave me a razor. She gave me deodorant. She gave me a tweezer. She gave me some Bath and Body Works like coconut spray stuff. Like she really held it down and showed me like I was still a person and still capable of friendships and having interactions with regular people. And I will eternally be grateful to her for that. And I think that's why I just, I know what it's like not to have socks. You know, I came home in the middle of the summer. I didn't have socks. Like, my mother-in-law sent me my go-home clothes. Thank God she sent me 3 pairs of panties because that was all I had. So I consider myself really fortunate because of that, you know? So coming home, it's really hard to acclimate back. You feel I'll keep it on the I had a lot of anxiety. I felt a lot of apprehension as far as where my life was going and what I was going to do. So, you know, it's hard to get things straightened out and figure out like what's going on. You know, I mean, everybody, it's different for everybody. Jared just walked in. Hey, babe, come here.
What?
Come here.
Hold
on. He's emptying his pockets. So, what was it like for you the first 48 hours home? They're not going to be able to hear you, so you have to come in here. Was it hard for you? Hold on, he's coming. He said it was hard to sleep. Yeah, it's hard to sleep because you're so used to having flashlights shined at you and all that. We're going to have to be careful because I have a makeshift little thing here, but...
Hard to sleep. My niece called parole and told him I didn't stay at the shelter, and I got screamed at by parole when I first got there.
So Jared was supposed to, like me, he also got paroled to the shelter. And, all right, I'm going to try not make you guys wiggle too much, but I'm like sliding out of the seat. So he was supposed to parole to the shelter also, but why would he go to the shelter when he had his own home to come home to? So he came here and it was just a whole bunch of rigmarole. They thought he like absconded or whatever when he reported the next day. It was just craziness. But,
because my niece is an asshole.
Well, yeah, but, so Jared's over here taking off his boots. Say hi to everybody.
What's up?
All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to check in with you. Okay. Sorry. So, oh my goodness.
Jesus.
I need a stand when I come here. Well, I hope you all had a good weekend and had a good day and had a good everything. And I will see you guys in a few days. Bye.